From Decrypt Media, this is the Decrypt Daily, and my name is Matthew Deemer. Today on the show, do you have a crypto product that needs to go from 0 to 1? Well, we have the guy for you. That and other news, coin of the day, coming up on the Decrypt Daily. Good morning, everyone. Tuesday, August 24th, 2021. My name is Matthew Deemer. I think I said that already, but I'm saying it again because you need to know. Recognize. I have just literally nothing to say this morning when it comes to just, random chitter chatter and talk. So let's just get into those crypto prices and do that coin of the day.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
And I'm recording this at 11:15 Eastern Standard Time. Bitcoin, $48,500, down 2.6%. Ethereum, $3,240, down 2.8%. Cardano, number 3, $2.71, down 6.3%. Binance Coin, $480, down 3.4%. And Tether's in the number 5 spot. Running off the top 10, we have XRP, Dogecoin, USDC, Polkadot, and Solana. Total market cap, $2.08 trillion with a BTC dominance of 43.7% and an F dominance of 18.2%. Now it's time for coin of the day. The coin of the day today is SafeMoon. SafeMoon. Now, I want everybody to know there's trigger warnings in this. So if you're a SafeMoon fanboy and you're just a hodler and you're all about SafeMoon, don't at me if I say things that you don't like. Don't send me long emails. Don't go to my podcast websites and start downvoting me and leaving comments saying that I'm only shill certain coins but not SafeMoon. Don't do it. It's immature. Don't do it. I'm going to tell you about SafeMoon. And that's the thing about doing coins of the day. If I get that one community that just wants to rally and just come at me, it's going to happen sooner or later. But anyway, I was hoping it's not SafeMoon. Anyway, SafeMoon is ranked 212 on CoinMarketCap. It has a price of 0.00001952, down 4% in 24, a market cap of $1.14 billion, and a fully diluted market cap of $1.95 billion. 24-hour volume trading is at $12.8 million. It is down 86.1% from its all-time high in April. So it's basically been on a plunge ever since its all-time high, and it started really kicking up dust. And where can you buy SafeMoon? Well, you can buy it on Gate.io, PancakeSwap, Uniswap, and a lot more. There's a lot of places you can buy it, but it looks like the places with the most volume are swaps. And just to caveat that, you can make a coin and put it on a swap. And just make a smart contract and find, gather around people, provide liquidity for it. So it's not a big process. You do need to do some work, obviously, but it's not like it makes it valid because on PancakeSwap or a great project or something that's going to be long lasting or actually provide a solution to a problem. Anybody can do this, right? So just keep that in mind. When you see things on PancakeSwap or Uniswap, it's not a barrier to entry. It's an entry. Now looking at what is SafeMoon. SafeMoon protocol is a decentralized finance DeFi token. According to the SafeMoon website, SafeMoon has 3 functions that take place during each trade: reflection, LP acquisition, and burn. So what makes SafeMoon unique? The SafeMoon white paper notes that the big problem with emerging DeFi industry is the existence of high-yield LP farms that do not have easy access for newcomers in the space. So I went to the SafeMoon website, and I just like projects that look professional, and you can make a good-looking website, but then you have to look at the details. And the first thing is I do see that there's no roadmap. It's just the roadmap is currently being revised and will be back up soon. Be patient. It says our team, the CEO is John Caroni, if I'm saying his name right, which he has the title of Captain Huddle, I guess. The CBO is Thomas Smith, or called Papa. And then Hank Wyatt is It's a Cat, okay, CTO. It's just, I love playful teams and, trying to make it welcoming and friendly, but you're also trying to provide confidence. And remember, SafeMoon's down 86% in its short lifespan. And then I'm looking at some of the, media that they have tagged on their website. And it's from Newsweek or Wall Street Journal, Bloomberg, Benzinga, or Express. So if I click on the Newsweek ones, it says that it's SafeMoon is unveiling partnerships. The Wall Street Journal one is talking about price. The Bloomberg one is talking, the Bloomberg one goes straight back to their website, so it's a broken link. The Benzinga one is talking about price. It looks like it's heating up and ready to break out again. And the Express one is talking about price. Looks like it's nearing an all-time high after a 9% increase. But this is also back in May when the price was mooning. So I just don't get much out of this, and I don't really know what they're doing. I don't know if they're making a solution to a real problem. And also, they just don't have enough clarity on their website to make me go, oh, yeah, this is what they're doing. This is what the hype is about. It seems like it went from 0 to 60 very fast, and everybody was really stoked on the price and the hype, but it's been down 86%, and we are pretty much still in a bull, and we're still rallying as a whole when it comes to the crypto space, and they're continuing to slide. So I've seen this before with other, liquidity companies or what have you. STA is one that I actually got into, and I lost all my money. RSR was one that I got into and actually made some profit, but they've been down 90% ever since I saw them last. And, these are the kind of companies that you have to go for staying power when it comes to these companies. And this is why everybody is so, committed to Bitcoin or even Ethereum or Litecoin or, ones that have been around for a long time is they've already proven themselves. They're not rug pulls. They are safe. Nobody's hacking their wallets or their code, or nobody's 51%ing attacking them. So it's the longevity of it. And when it comes to being really excited about new projects, they have to really, really, really tick some boxes of really creating a solution to a problem and being very transparent and being very open and being very professional and actually going out to, be as legitimate as possible, or else I really don't see it until I see it. Anyway, this is not investment advice, so take my advice and my, critique with a grain of salt. But again, just look at the numbers. Moving into our main conversation today, I'm talking to Gabriel Anderson, who is the managing director of Tachyon. And he's going to tell you about taking your project from 0 to 1 and a course that he has to help you do that. Plus money, by the way. Enjoy.
Hey, how you doing, man? Great to be here. Thanks for the time.
100%. Look, let's just get straight into it, man. Mesh. I didn't even know this existed before I got this email. It's a thing of Consensus. Actually, Decrypt, full transparency, Decrypt is part of Consensus as well as I don't know how you want to describe it. You can describe it. Tell us first what Mesh is before we go on to what Tachyon is.
You got it. So Tachyon is a part of Consensus Mesh. The Mesh, I think at this stage, we've collectively incubated and invested in more than 100 projects and companies, including some of the key pillars of the Ethereum ecosystem. So these are companies like Infura, MetaMask, 3box, Pegasus, Truffle, Gitcoin, Decrypt, shout out Decrypt, and so many more. We also, the Mesh recently separated from the core software part of our business, which is now CSI. And so the Mesh is continuing on with our investment and incubation and acceleration activities, standing up early stage and R&D heavy Ethereum-based startups.
What is early stage? Can you define early stage for everybody?
Yeah, early stage, we meet founders where they are. So early stage can be, you've just come out of a hackathon, you've got an early MVP, you've got a proof of concept, but you don't have a business yet. You don't have a startup yet. Early stage can also be you kind of have the early beginnings of a business, but you're not quite high growth yet. You're not accelerating yet. So I think, at Consensus Mesh, we have something for every type of founder, depending on where they are. And again, we try to meet them where they are.
So basically you're saying they're coming out, they just, created their first, project and quickly on a hackathon. Mm-hmm. They're like, hey, you know what, actually, this is a good idea. And then, wait a minute, doesn't this bridge right into Tachyon? What does Tachyon do?
Oh, man, what do you know? So since 2017, Tachyon, which is the accelerator part of the Mesh, really, we try to back early stage Web3 founders. Since 2017, we've launched 5 cohorts. We've got over 75 active alumni companies. We have had the pleasure of working with and helping to accelerate some phenomenal Web3 startups, companies like Nuo or Idle.finance or Transact or Outlet or PideOut or Parcel or Multisafe, a lot. Twice a year. So what we do is twice a year, we bring together the most ambitious Web3 founders for an intense 12-week sprint. So that's where we're really helping them. A lot of our founders come out of a hackathon. We really help them hone their value proposition, test them and their assumptions with real customers, and get them ready for the next stage of investment and growth. So what we do, the way that we do that is we give teams a little bit of seed capital so that they can work on this full time over that 12-week process. We give them one-on-one mentorship. Myself and the entire Tachyon staff have previously been founders. We give them access to the massive global network within the mesh of builders, investors, and then we give them weekly programming to really help them think about the various phases of their startup as they move rapidly through what we call the product maze in preparation for their demo day, where we invite investors who are in our network to see what they've been building over the last 12 weeks. And that's typically where our investors, over 60% of them, end up raising their seed round.
Excellent. So so you said to give them a little seed money that helps them get through this 12-week program so they can keep building and learning at the same time. How much money is that usually? And then when you get into this demo day, what kind of, I guess, reception do you see usually on average from the Series A investors?
Yeah, great questions. Every cohort is different depending on our focus. So, for example, our DeFi cohort, we invested 120K in each of those companies. That was a pretty mature ecosystem. Our distributed web storage cohort that's going through the program right now, the terms 85K, in seed capital. In terms of what happens at demo day, again, I think if you look at our track record, over 60% of our companies end up raising their seed round coming out of demo day, anywhere from $500,000 to as much as $2 million, between a $5 to $15 million post money cap. So if you look at our track record and look at the companies that come out of Tachyon, that basically puts us in tier 1 as an accelerator. That puts us up there with a YC, an Angel Pad, a 500 startups, et cetera. And then, but we know that Web3 founders, the demo day is not the end. It's kind of the beginning of their journey. And so we really work closely with them coming out of demo day, working closely with our alumni, continuing to work with them in terms of their fundraising coming out of demo day, and making sure that they continue to accelerate.
So now everybody's looking at this and going, okay, who is this Gabriel Anderson? He's going to give us seed money, all this stuff, blah, blah. Why am I going to listen to him? I saw Vayner Media in your portfolio. Tell me a little bit about that.
Sure. Well, even before Vayner, I've been a founder, 3-time founder. And then I was EIR at entrepreneur in residence at Vayner Media. I actually started out in performance analytics. I started our growth engineering team, but then started building companies within the Vayner ecosystem alongside Gary. So I've built a number of companies. One of them within that ecosystem, since you asked, was the Vayner publishing business, which is today the Gallery. We built that business up to 100 million MAUs. And then Gary ended up acquiring a website called PureWow, brought in a phenomenal CEO to take over, Ryan, who's tremendous. And then I started our SME business. We turned that into a $10 million run rate business, which is today called the Sasha Group. It's run by a phenomenal CEO, a guy named James Orsini. But yeah, having been a founder, multiple times, I think, my specialties are really in early stage growth, customer acquisition, business development. And at this stage, I have mentored and advised north of 60 plus Web3 founders, many of which have gone on to successfully raise and or exit. Whether it be through traditional venture or, some of the more innovative Web3 strategies like DAOs or token raises.
Just really quick, you said MAUs there. That's monthly active users, correct?
That's right. MAU, monthly active users. Yeah.
Excellent. So, there's probably somebody sitting over here right now that's, working on a project, maybe coding, maybe, they have their project out there and they want to get in touch with you and they go, hey, this could be a really good project for us to get into so we can grow our project. How do they do that?
Yeah, absolutely. You can visit us at, first of all, my Twitter DMs are open. You can hit me up at Gabriel Anderson, no N. You can send me an email, gabriel.anderson@mesh.xyz. I love hearing from founders. I try to get back to as many founders as possible. Or you can just come and visit our website, mesh.xyz/Tachyon. We have applications constantly open. We're constantly meeting teams that are working on interesting things. Again, we run our programs twice a year. So we're actually preparing for demo day at the end of September. And then we'll be launching the next cohort in the fall, winter. So if your team that's looking to go from 0 to 1, or you've got an early product, early prototype, I love meeting founders at the earliest stages. I love the 0 to 1 stage. It's my favorite. So we'd love to meet you.
Love it. Love it. Gabriel Anderson, Managing Director at Tachyon. Thanks for coming on the show and talking about what you do. And it was very nice meeting you, sir.
Appreciate it, Matthew.
Moving into today's headlines. Let me make this font bigger so I can read it. I write in like a 12 font, but when I read these things, I read by scripts that I make in the morning. I need to make it into like a 56 font because I get confused like in the middle of sentences. If you guys ever hear me like wandering with my mind, it's like because I just lost my place in the middle of a sentence. Anyway, Poly Network. You guys remember Poly Network, the biggest hack ever. $610 million lost, gone, stolen. Wait, they're coming back. A Poly Network team member reported yesterday that the hackers shared with them the private key to a wallet containing the remaining funds. The project used this address to retrieve the remaining $140 million worth of crypto, comprising of 28,000 plus Ethereum and over 1,000 Bitcoin. The remaining funds that aren't returned are in Tether, the remaining $33 million, which was frozen shortly after the attack. So they have all the funds ready to make the users whole again. And that's what Poly Network is going to do, is they're going to make the users whole. The anonymous hacker confessed that returning the money was always in the plan. Did this for fun. The biggest hack ever for fun. Now, my question is to you, listeners. If Poly Network was hacked for $610 million, the biggest hack ever, would you be comfortable using it? Send me an email, matthewaaron@decrypt.co. Let me know if there's a future for Poly Network. Cryptograph will release photos of the late NBA star Kobe Bryant as NFT collectibles. These 8 photos were shot in 1999. Great black and white shots, never seen before. Link is in the show notes if you want a glimpse. All proceeds benefit the Mamba and Mambacita Sport Foundation, named after Bryant and his late daughter, Gianna. Link is in the show notes, so if you do buy one, please let me know. matthewaaron@decrypt.co. Come on the show and talk about it. These got to be rare. These got to be expensive. But I feel that if you buy one, number up only. And finally, we get a 101 and we get schooled by Dawn DeBerry Stump, the commissioner of the CFTC, or the Commodities Futures Trading Commission. And she wanted to address the misunderstanding about U.S. regulatory delineations, which suggests that the agency is responsible for directly regulating cryptocurrencies. And she says this, and now this is all quoted, all read verbatim. By the way, just in case you don't know, the SEC, which I'm referring to, is the Securities and Exchange Commission, and the CFTC, which I just said, is the Commodities Futures Trading Commission. She says this, and quote, "There's been often a grossly inaccurate oversimplification offered which suggests cryptocurrencies are either securities regulated by the SEC or commodities regulated by the CFTC. The prevalence of this misunderstanding about U.S. regulatory delineations has grown to a point that I believe requires correction. For a number of years, the CFTC has aggressively used its broader enforcement authority to deter manipulation and fraud involving cash digital assets, even though the CFTC does not regulate them. Because this distinguishing point is absent from the considerable number of CFTC enforcement-related press releases, it may not be well understood to the detriment of the investing public. Even if a digital asset is a commodity, it is not regulated by the CFTC. However, the CFTC does regulate derivatives on digital assets just like it regulates other derivatives. And that includes the regulation of trading, clearing, etc. of future contracts and swaps on digital assets, such as the future contracts on Bitcoin and Ethereum listed for trading on various CFTC-regulated exchanges. The futures aspect generally prevails over commodities, as the regulatory authority encompasses various derivatives, but not their underlying asset. So, to determine the CFTC's regulatory authority with respect to a digital asset, ask not whether the digital asset is a commodity or a security. Ask whether the futures contract or other derivatives product is involved. Makes a hell of a lot of sense. If you want to read that for yourself, link is in the show notes. Thank you very much for listening to this episode of the Decrypt Daily. My name is Matthew Deemer. DeemerForCongress.com. Still taking money. Go over there, donate to my campaign. Until tomorrow, happy hodling, everyone.